you were able, your speculation is going down.
Yeah.
Your personal life, which we can get to in a moment, is going through, say, be polite, a transition. So you have all that kind of pressure. How are you able to get J.P. Morgan to lend to you when it looks like your assets were disappearing? What was it, $300 million, where you could actually buy in your stock and beat back the...
Yes. So, you know, I had never defaulted on a loan. I hadn't, frankly, borrowed a lot of money, but I was always, even the way I managed through my first fund, we never defaulted on a counterparty. You know, when we shook hands, we did what we said we were going to do. And I went through a time of need, okay? Which is I was going through a divorce, which creates financial pressure. The fund was down 30-something%. We had a lot of very negative press. But you know, I sat down with J.P. Morgan, and I don't know if Jamie himself signed off on it, but I found out years later I was the largest unsecured borrower from J.P. Morgan as an individual for that moment.
Original Morgan about you lend on character?
You could say that, and
I'll say it. You can't.
Okay, and we paid them back. And look, if everything had gone badly, you could say it continued to go badly. It would have been a risky loan, but I had significant assets, and I was committed to pay them back. And it's kind of one of those never forget moments. So I've been an incredibly loyal J.P. Morgan, customer for. Actually, there came a time, not recently, where I had actually a line of credit with J.P. Morgan. And the bank said, you know what, Bill, would you mind paying us more? And I had an agreement with JP Morgan where the line was good at whatever the spread was for another couple of years. And because of changes in bank regulation or otherwise, it wasn't a profitable line for us. And they said, would you mind paying us 25 basis points more? And I said, no, I think that sounds fair. And so it goes both ways.